People don't believe me when I say they're forest chickens. They come all the way up here to come hang out with me while I make my bushcraft ladder. Where you going, girls? I'm trying to show you guys off. There they go. Half feral chickens running through the forest. Blinker's missing, but the other 5 are up here scooting around the forest. Okay, so I have been thinking about this for a while and started playing around with it to make sure it's going to work, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So I wanted to make a ladder, but I wanted to make kind of a cordage-free ladder using joinery, joinery that you would see in carpentry or woodcraft, specifically the dovetail. So I wanted a cordage-free ladder. Of course, there's easier ways to do it. There's quicker ways to do it. I could make a half hitch ladder. I could use a ladder hitch. I could do any of that to make a real quick ladder, but I want a takedown ladder, cordage free, that incorporates a little bit of bushcraft into it. And then, if everything goes right and this thing holds up, I'll skin this, I'll put some linseed oil on it, and I'll keep using it. And if it breaks, then, well, back to the drawing board. So what I thought is, basically I'm going to take a couple of poles, and I'm going to cut these dovetail notches in it with my saw. Okay, and then what I'll do is, using an axe, is I'll cut the corresponding dovetail joint on the actual rungs, and then by design these rungs will fit directly inside there and create a nice solid joint. That's actually not fitted to that side. This one is. I can slide that in that joint. Now I've got a solid joint here, and it won't come out the front, and it'll pop right back out, and I can take it down. So that's the concept. So I'll get started on this. Well, I've already started on it, but I'll show you how I got up to this point, and then we'll put it together and see if it works. And of course, the team here at GB2 will be mad at me if I don't mention, why are you not a GB2 member yet? If you're not a member, go get your membership. Exclusive content, live feeds, live Q&A sessions, 20% off everything across the store. That's all the gear, all the training, everything, all the time. It's like Black Friday every day for members only. All right, so for this, I'm just gonna use my axe and start cutting a plane. Cut myself a plane on there. Then I'm just gonna turn that and cut another angle. I've started bringing those together in kind of that triangle shape. I'm going to bring it a little tighter together. That looks pretty good. Right there. Still rounded at the bottom. So I'm going to square that plane off. All right, that's not looking too shabby. I'll do some cleanup on that with my knife. Make sure I've got a nice flat plane on all 3 sides. That's pretty good. So this knife, This is the mini Puko. This is the GB2 Puko, but in a miniature design. It's a little guy, but it's perfection. I love this thing. They're not out yet. This is just a prototype, but they are being produced. They'll probably release later on this year. They'll be available for pre-order, I would say within a month or two. So keep your eye out on that. Make sure you're on my email list. I gotta do the same thing to the other side. Neighbor's got his Beagles out chasing down some rabbits. So good for him. Enjoying his Labor Day weekend. So I'll get the questions in the comments, but this is the Woodcraft Camp Carver, right? This thing is probably one of my favorite things. It's got a 16-inch curved hickory handle. It has a hardened pole on it, a hardened hammer pole, so you're not going to damage it with tent stakes or really banging anything you want to bang with it. It's basically hardened hammered, a hardened hammer pole. It's got this little kind of like a beard happening here, this cutout, so you can choke up and actually do some nice carving with it. And I believe it's a 1.7 pound head. So a lot of folks ask me, you know, what axe do you need? Like, this is the perfect axe in my opinion until you get to a winter where you really need to put a lot of firewood down by felling trees. But for everything else, you know, it's a little larger than a hatchet, a little smaller than a pack axe. This is probably the perfect size in my opinion, and it's a really great tool. Probably my favorite axe. The only thing that I'll put this thing away for, honestly, is to go with a 24-inch Woodcraft pack axe, also from Council Tool. Both of them are made in the USA. Both of them are fantastic. So if you could only have two, then I would choose the Camp Carver for 3 seasons and the Woodcraft pack axe for winter time, basically. So yeah, just an incredible tool. Wouldn't be without it. Council Tools USA, they do a really great job, and they're not really all that expensive for what you're getting. So now you know, that's what this axe is. All right, now using the saw and the power of reading glasses, I'm going to cut my Dovetail Notch. All right, Silky Gone Boy. Somebody's gonna ask. Silky Gone Boy makes quick work of this maple. All right. If you can see that, I made sure they were reasonably well done. There's my score marks. With any luck, that'll pop right out. I took my knife and just cut right along that grain. You can see it wants to come out already. Let's just give it a little popping. Yep, she's hung up on somewhere, so I'll pop the other side. And a nice chunk out of that half. Just gonna fish out that other piece. And as you can see, I got a little cleanup to do in here, but not too much. Once I've got that carved out, I'm just gonna make sure that this fits. Let's see here, let's go about right there. Pretty solid fit, and I can trim that right off. That's in there pretty good. I'm happy, so got to do that a few more times before the mosquitoes eat me up. All right, time to do a little fit test here, just in case some things need a little more encouragement than others. I mean, that ain't bad. Nice and tight. All right. This top notch here is super ugly, but with any luck, we got it cleaned up enough to work. Looks like it. All right, so that looks pretty solid. Could have definitely done it better, I think. A couple of those notches didn't quite line up exactly how I wanted them, but I think it's going to work. I don't think exactly a wall hanger or anything, but question is, can I hold my weight? Suppose this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Is he about to fall down, or is he not? Has he been successful in creating his cordage-free dovetailed bushcraft takedown ladder working title? Yeah, it works. Woo! All right, guys, really appreciate you taking a few extra minutes this evening to watch me build what could be the ugliest ladder in all of bushcraft, but functional, and it will hold my weight. So I'm happy about that. And I'm happy about the tipi progress. See you next one.